Before we get started, here's a few highlights from today's game.
The pitch. Line to left field, that's going to be a base hit, going to be an RBI. As Stanton scores and the Yankees lead 1-0. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Frazier rips one to left field. That ball is gone. A bullet for Frazier. His second of the year. It's 2-0 Yanks. Anthony Rizzo pitched. Real gamble as Goodrum goes down on strike two. Strike three. Baddoo down looking. Driven deep to center field. There it goes. See ya. High fly ball, deep left, going back Castro. Track. Wall. See ya. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. How about 5 strikeouts in a row? 6 in a row right now as Cabrera down on strikes. High fly ball, right field. Grossman back, track, Wall, see ya! A grand slam the other way for Aaron Judge, and the Yankees are pouring it on. A viewing for him. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Swing and a miss. 11 strikeouts. That one's drilled deep to right field. There it goes! See ya! Into the second deck. Another home run for the Yankees.
That I saw. I think Albert Pujols is the best in the National League.
12th strikeout for Garrett Cole through 6 innings.
All right. I wish every game could be like that. I forget who the pitcher was a while back that said, "What's your dream outing as a big league pitcher?" And this was back when pitchers used to hit. And he said to make the first 2 outs in the first inning and to have the team go up 10-0 and slowly pull away. Well, the Yankees went up 10-0 and didn't look back tonight. I'm going to start with my notes, and then we'll get into the audience portion of the show, and I'll talk a little bit about my new podcast. We'll talk a little bit about Aaron Judge tonight. So top of the first, you could tell right away Garrett Cole looked good. 1-2-3 inning. He actually struck out Miguel Cabrera 2 times. Johnny 2 times. In the comments there. He struck him out on like a check swing that got called in Miggy's favor because he's Miggy. He's a Triple Crown winner and a 4-time batting champion. And then he struck him out with a nasty curveball. Bottom of the first, Stanton rips a double towards right center field and just kind of cruises into second. To me, he looks like he's having a lot of trouble running. He cannot run at all anymore. He runs like he's dragging a piano behind him. But RBI single from Gio Urshela makes it 1-0. Scoreless second inning for Cole, 2 more strikeouts. And you're thinking right now, okay, he's just going to carve up this Tigers lineup. Bottom of the second, Frazier, who got the monkey off his back with a home run in Baltimore, picks up his second home run of the season. He was just 1 for 4 on the night. But hey, he's out of that 0 column in the home run category, so hopefully he's going to get going now. Top of the third, Garrett Cole strikes out the side in order. He had 6 Ks through 3, and you're thinking he could strike out 15 or 16 tonight, but his pitch count was getting a little bit high. Bottom of the third, Judge hits an absolute nuke to center field. His 6th home run of the year. That tied Giancarlo Stanton for the team lead and hit the glass on the restaurant in center field. And then Hicks, a couple batters later, snapped an 0 for 18 skid. The day I said we should trade him, he hits a right-handed home run to put the Yankees up 4-0. His swing from the right-hand side of the plate has actually been pretty good this year. Top of the fourth, Garrett Cole strikes out the side but allows 2 hits. He had 9 strikeouts through 4 innings, but his pitch count was up over 60, so you knew he wasn't going to pitch deep into the game. Bottom of the fourth, Stanton hits his 2nd hit of the game. And then loads the bases. And Judge hits an opposite field upper deck home run. Opposite field. It made me think of that home run derby where he was just hitting routine fly balls for him, and they were going up into the right field upper deck. By the way, I know he doesn't want to screw up his swing by playing in the home run derby again, but it's an easy $1 million. They give you $1 million to win the home run derby. It's an easy $1 million. So that's going to be a tough decision for him to make. And then Cone was talking about simulation theory in the inning. Hicks gets a bloop double to left field. Yankees go up 9-0. Top of the fifth, Cole gets 2 more strikeouts. He had 11 through 5 innings. Bottom of the fifth, Rougned Odor turns on one and does the bat flip. He's one of those guys that you can tell it's gone before they even show where the ball's going because he bat flips so quick. He hits it, and he immediately bat flips. And this one went into the second deck. I tell you what, he doesn't get many hits, but, you know, when he hits them, they stay hit for sure. That put the Yankees up 10-0. Top of the sixth, Judge came out of the game. They're trying to give him some more rest. I guess he just had 2 days off, but you take him out in a blowout to preserve his legs. Garrett Cole gets his 12th strikeout, his final line on the night. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, 12 strikeouts. His ERA, folks, is 1.43. He's got 4 wins in April. He could be on his way to a 20-win season, possibly a sub-2 ERA, although, you know, he'll probably have a couple of rough outings at some point, but it's not that uncommon anymore for somebody to have a sub-2 ERA. Jacob deGrom has done it a few times. I would love to see Garrett Cole go about, let's say, 23-3 with about a 1.89 ERA. That would be beautiful, and that would probably win him the Cy Young Award. Skip to the bottom of the seventh. Stanton gets his 3rd hit of the night. 3rd straight day with 3 hits. I've seen a lot of Stanton haters on here, and I try and defend Giancarlo Stanton as much as I can. I got to give the man credit where credit's due. He's doing exactly what I said he should do, which is take it easy on the bases, stay in there and get your hacks, heat up, and let your body do the work. And he's doing it. He's up to 269 with an 815 OPS, second on the team with 6 home runs. Top of the 8th, Wandy Peralta made his debut. I like his changeup. He's got a good changeup. Didn't see a ton from him because the Tigers are a AAA baseball team and they went really, really quickly. And then bottom of the 8th, Yankees go down quietly. Top of the 9th, Lucas Litke strikes out the side. 18 strikeouts for the Yankees in the game. Ball game over.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
So great night for the Yankees. It usually takes me about 8 minutes to get through the highlights and the notes, the recap, the official recap. My chair is squeaking. I have got to get a new chair, guys. If you guys have any recommendations for a chair, if there are any chair companies watching, I will happily accept a chair sponsorship and put your logo on the screen any day of the week. Lori C says Stanton is loving the 2-hole. Yeah, the same thing happened in Miami a couple years ago. I don't know who was hitting behind him, but after they moved him to the number 2-hole, he went absolutely berserker. And it came out before the game. Aaron Boone said that Aaron Judge has been asking him to bat in the number 3-hole for years, so they flip-flopped him. And now Stanton is getting, with Judge heating up behind him, Stanton's getting pitches to hit. And Stanton is not missing it. And it seems like every day he hits 110 miles an hour plus. One of the ones he hit today, I think it was the double to right field, was 114 off the bat. Crazy. Jeff says, get a gaming chair. I'm in a gaming chair. It just squeaks like crazy, and it keeps lowering itself even if I tighten it and set it not to lower. Guys, oh boy, when Voit comes back, oh my, Stanton, Judge, and Voit 2, 3, 4. Brave Reputation says, Derek, you did awesome guessing the 12 Ks for Cole. Yeah, I did predict 12 strikeouts, but I also predicted 7 innings and 1 run. So I said 1 run or less. So I was off on the innings. I was right on the runs and the strikeouts. GG says, I love watching Cole pitch. I do too. I agree.
I wholeheartedly agree.
He's just deadly. And even against a team like the Tigers, who have the worst record in the major leagues, he goes out there and pitches like he's pitching in the 7th game of the World Series. He was making a mistake that really didn't cost him. You know, he would get 2 strikes on a guy. It would be 0-2, and he would miss out of the zone with a pitch that he felt he should have thrown for strike 3. And you would see him pound the glove or look disgusted. And I like that. I like that kind of spirit in a player, to quote Major League. Did anyone else see Voit in the dugout? Heard he was feeling good and hitting. Yeah, I actually saw him in the background. I was going to tweet about it, but I'm giving my hand to rest, carpal tunnel. But yeah, I saw him kind of dancing around in the dugout. Apparently he's going to play, some games in the minor leagues to get his legs back under him. They're probably going to want to play him 2 or 3 days in a row just to make sure his legs can handle it. I think you'll see him by May 15th, like before middle of the month. I think you might see him well before that. It might be like May 10th, May 11th. We'll see. I would like to see him for the Astros series. That would be my goal, but that's Tuesday. I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't see it happening. LJ Music Bros official says Frazier is starting to break out. Yeah, Frazier has had a number of decent games in a row. It started with walks. Actually, it started with better foul balls. Early on, he was topping all his foul balls. You could tell he was trying to create lift with his hands rather than letting the barrel and connecting out front and using the trigonometry of the baseball and the velocity of the pitch and his natural strength and letting that stuff work. He was trying to create lift, which is a sure way to go into a slump. And once you go into 1 for 10, 1 for 15, it starts to wear on you and you start to press harder. They say you squeeze the sawdust out of the bat. Figure of speech, obviously. But he definitely has been pressing. You could tell the other night he hit that double. He made the mistake on the bases and he came up the next time on a mission to make up for that. And he connected, drove the ball out of the ballpark. And it seems like that got the monkey off his back. Tonight he goes deep again. The Tigers don't have a lot of pitching. Would not surprise me if he has a big series. Won't surprise me if we see a few games just like tonight in this series. Let's see. Did AJ Hinch get booed? Yeah, apparently he did. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But apparently AJ Hinch got booed pretty bad. This is just a heads up. Edward NG says, sorry for calling Stanton trash yesterday. Look, he's had 3 consecutive 3-hit games. He's clearly not trash. He hits the ball really hard. I can understand people who have been frustrated with Giancarlo Stanton because he gets paid a lot of money. And people who go to these baseball games, they pay a lot to go to the games. You pay a lot for the MLB packaged on TV. You pay a lot for these Yankees jerseys. And actually, this is a cheap one. I got this off of some China website, $15. But, when we are spending our hard-earned money and we see this guy constantly injured, you can't blame us for being frustrated. But it seems to me like he's addressed the issues that were keeping him injured because we're a month in and he's showing no signs of being injured. He's not running great. He's not running all that hard. But I think he realizes he doesn't have to. He's the DH. It's okay to be a lumbering DH if you're going to hit bombs and hit the ball 110 plus miles an hour once a game. Simpsons are the best, says, we did so bad, only 10 runs. We should get at least 11. Shake my head.
Yes, I agree.
Wait, that's the wrong one.
I wholeheartedly agree.
There we go. Hi, Derek. Found Thing Urshela is a top 10 third baseman. Found Thing. I don't know what that means. But, yes, Urshela, I think Urshela might be a top 5 third baseman. Right now, he's hitting 270-something, roughly. He's got a little bit of power. But offensively, he's pretty consistent. The last couple of years, he's been over 300. But really, defensively is where he shines. He's just a tremendous defensive player. And I feel like we've gotten so used to seeing it that we pretty much don't even notice it. It seems like every night he makes a really nice snag or something like that. What are the chances Chapman throws at Altuve next week? Ooh, I hadn't even thought about that. That is an interesting proposition. First of all, I think if Chapman hit Altuve with a pitch, you're going to see a brawl. I mean, Altuve's a little guy, but I can see him going out there and trying to scrap a little bit. I think if Chapman pitches against these guys with a substantial lead, watch out if Chapman comes into the game with a 5-run lead, because someone's going to get one in the numbers. Someone will get one in the ear. Chapman, I forget who it was. I think it was Baseball Doesn't Exist, that YouTube account. He did a story, a video about how Chapman is the craziest pitcher in baseball. And he will straight up chuck 100 miles an hour at your head. And say what you want about that, if that's Bush League or whatever. but I like it when he's on our side. SB Game says Yankees are back. Let's not break out the champagne just yet. These were the Tigers. If the Yankees can win 2 more in a row, right now they are, I believe, 12-14. They'll be back to 500. And then you're starting fresh. You got the Astros coming in. I want to see what the Yankees do against the Astros because the Astros are no pushover. If the Yankees can get through the Tigers and then carry that momentum against the Astros, then I think you'll see some good things. Chapman will stomp out Altuve. I would pay pay-per-view to watch that, to watch those guys scrap at it. Altuve don't want that smoke. He might be getting it, big boy. That'll be fun. Shub says, I hope he throws at Altuve's head 105 miles an hour. I don't want to see that. I just want to see the Yankees thump the Astros really well. Let's leave the violence that could actually hurt somebody off the field. The Astros cheated, and they hurt the Yankees' pride. They probably hurt them financially. These guys don't get to celebrate with a ring. But honestly, I don't want to see anyone get hurt physically. I would much rather see the Yankees beat them 15-0, 13-1, and 17-2 in the 3-game set. Something like that. Just leave no doubt that without buzzers and without trash cans, we're the better team in 2021. Tigers are so bad, I feel bad for Miggy, who's really sucking. Yeah, Miggy's at the end of his career, but I think he's going to hit. He's another guy who heats up with the weather. He's 11 home runs shy of 500 for his career, and I believe he's closing in on 3,000 hits. He might already be over 3,000 hits, but he's going to have that combination. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. CG says no hitter for Cole against the Astros. Wouldn't that be something? It wouldn't surprise me if the Yankees pull him. If he has 100 pitches through 7 innings with a no-hitter going, there's no way they're going to let him throw the last 2 innings. That's just how the Yankees are doing things right now. You got to be extra careful. I would really be surprised. I want to see in the comments, do you guys think the Yankees would take Garrett Cole out of the game if he had a no-hitter through 7 and was at, let's say, 100 pitches? Do you think they would leave him in or take him out? I think they would take him out. I think they would go to Chapman for 6 outs or go to Loizaga for 3 and then Chapman for 3. Derek Q, great name by the way, says the Astros cost Joe Girardi his job. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Phillies throw at the Astros. That would not surprise me. Let's see here. Altuve. Yeah, I'm envisioning this too. I think that situation may come up because that's what baseball is, right? I mean, you can't hide from the other guys on the field. I'm just disappointed that we're not going to have full capacity until July because I would have loved to have heard 45,000 plus New Yorkers just go into town on the Astros. All right, I'm going to wrap it up in just a few minutes. I just want to make a couple of quick announcements. Some of you saw it, some of you didn't. I am going to launch an audio version of my content, basically. I will be putting a lot of these recaps, probably not every single recap. If the Yankees lose, I probably won't bother unless it's like an epic rant. But I'm going to be putting, and that's just because you have a limited amount of space per month. I'm going to be putting these recaps and then just additional long-form content, whether it's conversations. You guys know that at the end of the Yankees Game Day show, occasionally I'll have a conversation. Dan Rourke from Yankees Avenue is going to be joining me on Sunday, and he'll be on the Monday night show, which actually comes out the night before Yankees Game Day. It's just a little thing I do to get a few extra views, a few extra bucks, whatever. But I'll be putting those full, unedited, or at least minimally edited conversations on the new podcast, which is called The Freeze. And if you're unfamiliar with what The Freeze is that archway that the Yankees have around the upper deck. That's called The Freeze. It's like a facade. And so that's what I named my podcast. I was thinking about it for a long time. And I was like, I don't want to call it just NYY Recaps because I want it to grow beyond just me doing the game. I want it to grow to, full-on conversations with Yankees and with, people who cover the sport, maybe with fans. A lot of people have asked me to come on the channel, and I'm pretty careful with who I bring on the channel because I want to, each video requires a lot of work, right? So I want to make sure that each video does pretty well. So I try to only bring on other content creators or, people who have at least some kind of reputation within the game. But on the podcast, on the audio podcast, if I just find you interesting, I mean, anybody can listen to an interesting conversation. So that could be a lot of fun. Let's see. This is probably what's going to happen. Chapman steps on the mound, pinch hitter for Altuve. And on that, we're going to call it a night because you just nailed it, Brave Reputation. I'm going to call it a night. Thanks to everybody who joined. Yankees win this one 10-0. One more time before we leave.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees